In the study session, which we have discussed about of the general ledger postings and general ledger reports, how to see the general ledger report and everything. And today we are going to discuss about of the reversals. So, what exactly by the reversals? In the sense of whenever we have posted any wrong entry transaction, whenever we have posted any wrong entry transaction, I want to make any confirmation of that wrong entry. Whenever I got the confirmation, if that is in a wrong entry, I want to make a cancellation of that wrong entry. Why? Because on SAP we don't have the any option to make a delete or a change of that particular wrong entry. So that what we need to do that we need to make a reverse of that particular transaction, whatever we have posted. That is what we can call as a reversal. And in this reversal, we have the two types of the reversals. We have the two types of the reversals. Under that, the first one will be the individual reversal, and the second one will be the mass reversal. So yesterday I have sent it the material also. Just go for this. One is the individual reversal, and the second one is the mass reversal. The second one is the mass reversal. As in that manner, let's see. In the same line. In the class 4, the general ledger settings and everything was done. After that, in the general ledger creation, which we have done the general ledger creation, and which we have posted the transaction also for the general ledger. And now we are going to discuss about the reversal. See, on SAP we have two types of the reversal. One is individual reversal, and the second one is the mass reversal. So, what is the difference between of the individual reversal and mass reversal? If it is an individual reversal, see here it was clearly showing that individual reverse. From the individual reversal, we can reverse only one transaction at a time. By using the individual reversal, we can do the reverse of only one transaction at a time, not the multiple of the transactions. But if I take in the, or if I am having the multiple of wrong entries, not the one, I am having the multiple of the wrong entries, at that time I need to make a reverse of multiple of the transactions at a time. I need to make a reverse of multiple of the transactions at a time. That's what we are calling as a mass reversal. One is the individual reversal, and the second one is the mass reversal. Here that if we can choose in the individual reversal, one transaction can be reversed. Let me see here. Log on. You are just ready. And here. So, for example, up here I am having the multiple of the transactions here: accounting, financial accounting, general ledger, account, general ledger, account, along. So here, one is the individual reversal, and second one is the mass reversal. Individual reversal, in the sense of we can make the reverse for one transaction. If we can have the multiple of wrong entries, not the one. Let's check it out. Accounting, financial accounting, general ledger, account, display change line item. In the company code of R 444 for the general ledger of R 444 company code where rent paid. In the rent paid, I am having a lot of the transactions are there. Two transactions are there. Now here, I want to make a reverse of this transaction 1001. I want to make a reverse of this transaction 1001. For that, from here, for the reverse of the transaction, for making the reverse of the transaction, from easy access point, accounting, financial accounting, general ledger, document, under that reverse, make it individual reversal. Make it individual reversal. That means I can make the reverse of one transaction at the time. One hour. Okay. Make it as an individual reversal. So just go for the FD08. And which number of the transaction we want to make a reverse? And which number of the transaction we want to make a reverse? Which number of the transaction we make it reverse? So I am saying that I want to make a transaction number of 1001, and in the fiscal year of 2017, and even it is asking that you want to make a reverse. I am also accepting this one, but that reverse has to be done on which day? See, for example, I made the reverse of the transaction which has been posted in the last month. I want to cancel the transaction in the last month which has been posted. That means in the last month of the 10, one entry has been done. I want to make the reverse of the transaction. But this was the November of the 10th. In this situation, if that wrong entry, whatever is has been posted in the wrong entry in the last month, that has to be reversed on this month, on this day. But the reverse entry has to be shown on which day? Either that should be on that, either that should be on that today's date, or else the transaction date, So in this situation, I am giving here as a reversal in current period. Actual reversal in current period. Why? Because whatever the transaction was done, that has to be reversed in when the transaction was done. On that same day, it has to be make the reverse. That is the reason which we can give the actual reversal in current period 03. And then display before reversal. So this is the transaction which we want to make a reverse. This was the transaction which we want to make in a reverse. So from here, document, I am confirmed that this transaction has to be reversed. Come back, document, post. Automatically, whatever the transaction which we have posted, that will be going to reverse. It was automatically. See, document 1002 was posted in the company code of tone. Now, if you can see the report, in the previous report, it was showing that 52,500. But when I come back and execute again, see, it was cancelled. But even though I'm having the doubt, how would we know that this is an reverse entry and this was a correct entry? In the situation, if we can see that here, the document type of SA, that SA which is called as a general entry document, and that reverse entry document can be shown with the document type of AB. So the original entry will be shown with the document type of A, and the reverse entry transaction will be shown with the document type of AB. So that was the difference in between of the general ledger entry and as well as the reverse entry. Is it in the same manner? If I am having the multiple of the wrong entries, not the one. If I am having the multiple of the wrong entries, a number of the wrong entries will be there. In that situation, what I have to do? So let me post some of the entries now, as yesterday, which we have done on the same manner. From here, document entry, general posting, general posting, general posting. Here the document date, which I am giving that 10/10/2017, 10/10/2017. From the account, for the account of general ledger debit has to be from rent paid and with the rupees of 35,000. So paying office rent paid, and then 50 GL credit, and from the cash in hand star plus document simulate and make it see, and as well as 3rd 11 2017 from the account of rent paid, for the account of rent paid, for the account of hello 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 hello.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. See, that is an individual reversal, and when we are going to the mass reversal, that means I should have the multiple of the reverse, multiple of the transactions I want to make the reverse. So in that situation, I have posted a number of the transactions. See, I'm having the multiple of the transactions. I'm having the multiple of the transactions like this. And that accounting, financial accounting, general ledger, account, display single line item, for the ledger of not one, for the company code of 434, for making of all items, execute. See, here I want to make the cancellation of the 1000 and 1003, the both. At the time, these both has to be disconnected. At the time, these both has to be disconnected. Then we have to go for mass reversal. Generate, generate, your accounting, financial accounting, and then general ledger, account, display, sorry, the document, reverse, mass reversal. If it is only the one transaction will be there, One transaction will be there. That was called as an individual transaction. If it was the multiple of the transaction will be there, we need to go for the mass reversal. This is only the difference. R304. See, document number. If I am having the transactions from and to continuously, from here to here, from here to here, I can directly go for that from and to. But if it is not there in the sequential order, if it was not there in the sequential order, then what I need to do that I need to click on this button. This is what multiple selection. When I am going to the multiple of the selections, in before of that reversal reason, in before of that reversal reason, the reversal reason is 03, and there if I can click on the multiple selection button, if it was automatically asking about of the what are the values you want, or else which transaction we want to make that. So for that I am giving here, I want to cancel the transaction of the 1000, and also I want to cancel the transaction of the 1003, and just make it execute, or copy and make it execute. See, I want to make the transaction of the cancellation of these two. Now go for the reverse. See, processing was completed. Now shall I check the report? This was the previous report which I am having. This was the previous report which I am having. Now if I can go for the report like this, when I come back and execute, this is what. That means automatically it will be showing all the transactions has been cancelled. That is what we can call as an individual reversal, and as well as the mass reversal. Individual reversal in the sense of one transaction can be cancelled at once only. If we can take the mass reversal, one or more transactions can be cancelled at a time. That's what we can call as a mass reversal. So that here I am having the multiple of the transaction which I am going to cancel that. So whenever I want to make that multiple of the transaction cancellation, we can use the mass reversal. But after completion of this individual reversal and mass reversal, I am going to the next concept, which is called as special GL transactions. Till now we have done that. What is the general ledgers which we are having, or what is the general ledgers which require, and for creation of the ledgers what to do, and for posting of the ledgers what to do, and also we have posted the transactions also. And even after completion of the posting of the transactions, if we are having any errors under the transactions or any mistakes under the transactions, how to make a cancellation of that. Under that we are having one is the individual reversal and another one is the mass reversal. That was also done. Now we are going to the next concept, which is called as parked documents, or else parking documents. So what is the parking documents? What is the parking documents in the sense of whenever one transaction was going to be done, but the transaction was not confirmed. Maybe it can be getting some problem. That means I am not confirmed that the transaction. In that situation, what I want to do that I want to make a cancellation of that. Instead of make a cancellation of the transaction after posting of the transaction, simply when I post the transaction, I am making the pending. I'm making a pending. I'm making a pending. So, which those type of the transactions, which we can call as an ink, which we can call it as an ink, as an ink barcode documents. And now, how to post the barcode documents? How to post the barcode documents? And for that posting of a barcode document from here, from here, from easy access screen, from easy access screen, accounting, financial accounting, financial accounting, general ledger, document entry, document entry, and there general document parking. This is what we can call as an F-65. General document parking. General document parking. General document parking. General document parking. So here the document date which I am giving on today's date 03/11/2017. It was a debit 40. And from which account we want to make it? Account. Account. So I am giving that. And then go for rent paid. Now being as an accountant, what I am going to say that rent has to pay. Rent has to pay. Okay, just click on enter. Then it asking about of the amount 30,000 being rent has to pay. See, just I'm taking here as rent has to pay, but not the rent has been paid. Being as an accountant, what I'm going to say that rent has to pay. Rent has to pay. And then simply I'm going to document park. I'm not completing the transaction. Just I'm making the parking of the transaction. Even when I'm going to the report also, it was showing that it is in a pending transaction. It was not completed. It was not completed. Let's see. Your account, display balances, and from there all items. And also I want to see the parked items also. And also make the parked items also. And then make it execute. So whenever we have posted any entry that will be shown as a posted. But whenever we have posted the parked entry, that will be shown with this symbol as a park. This symbol as a park. So that was the difference in between of the barcode document and as well as the general document. Now it was in a barcode document. And so the first accountant has been posted that rent has to pay. Okay, fine. As which I said that once one barcode document has been posted, it can be edited or modified, do anything. So that now I'm going to the actions for the barcode document. See, general ledger, document, barcode document. What do we want? I want to change that. In before of that, what we said that rent has to pay. Rent has to pay. Now I want to say that rent has to pay from cash in hand. Rent has to pay from the cash in hand. Just I am giving that company code and the ledger number, the transaction number, and just enter. See, it was posted as a rent paid. Now just I am double clicking on this one. Now I am giving the 50. Before of that I didn't maintain the 50. Now I am going to the 50 GL credit. The GL credit. The GL credit will be the from the cash in hand, and just press enter. Star plus. Now also I am not making the complete. Also I am not making the complete. Just I make it the par. Even now also it was par. That means one transaction has been done, and now the transaction has been par. After that also I made the transaction change, but I made the same thing. That's also par. Even now if I want to make the clearance of the transaction, that means either I want to make the post, either I want to make the delete. Now go for the, here it was post or delete. FD V0. Now what I want to do that? I want to make it as an inter document post. Document post. So see here. Now if you can see the report, whatever the parkour document in before it was showing, now it will becomes as an complete. Now it will becomes as an completed. That means whatever the transaction which we made, that was the now what I need to do that it was clear. This is what we can call it as an this is what we can call it as an parkour document. And now in the next I want to make the transaction of the second one, which was called as a holding. So what is the transaction of the holding, which we have done the part. That means the parkour documents can be shown in anywhere, but the holding documents cannot be shown in anywhere. That was the difference in between of the both of the parking and holding. The parkour documents can be shown in anywhere, and we can do the modifications of that one. As in the same manner, the holding documents cannot be shown anywhere, but we can do the anything for that one. Any changes of that one we can make it. That is what we can call as a holding document. So whenever I want to make the holding document from here, as like as a general posting, F-02, and the document date will be the 03/11/2017. The debit, and the debit has to be rent paid, enter, with the rupees of 25,000, being rent paid, Payment, right? And then 15 for the account of cash in hand. Enter star plus, instead of the post we will make it as a hold. So whenever I am giving the hold, it was showing that it was not done the transaction complete, or else the transaction was, and the transaction was, which can be maintained as any, which can be maintained as an holding document, which can be maintained as an holding. That's what we are calling as an holding document, which we can maintain as an pending, but should not be shown in anywhere. Should not be shown in anywhere. This is what we can call it as an distance of the zones. So, yes, ma'am. చెప్పండి.
పార్క్ అంటే అక్కడ చూపిస్తుంది, హోల్డ్ అంటే చూపిస్తుంది.
సింపుల్ అండి. పార్కింగ్ అంటేనేమో మనం ఏదైనా ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ జరుగుతుంది, బట్ ఏంటంటే నాకు కన్ఫర్మేషన్ లేదు, ఫ్యూచర్లో ఎప్పుడైనా కావాలనుకుంటే కనుక నేను వాడతాను అని చెప్పుకుంటే కనుక పార్క్ అండి. లేదు అలా కాదండి, నాకు పార్కింగ్ కాదు హోల్డింగ్ కావాలి, అండ్ అది కూడాను నాకు హోల్డింగ్ డాక్యుమెంట్ ఎందుకు అంటే కనుక, హోల్డింగ్ డాక్యుమెంట్ ఏంటంటే కనుక నాకు ఒక ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ జరిగిందో లేదో తెలియదు, సేమ్ అలాగే, బట్ అది నాకు ఎక్కడ కూడా చూపించకూడదు. అంటే సింపుల్గా చెప్పాలంటే, ఇంకా మన భాషలో చెప్పాలంటే సెకండరీ అకౌంట్ మెయింటెనెన్స్ అనుకోండి. ఓకే, సెకండ్ సింపుల్ అండి. ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తాను చూడండి, ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తాను మీకు, ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తాను.
టెక్నికల్ గా డౌట్స్
చెప్పండి.
అంటే పార్క్ అంటే దాంట్లో చూపిస్తుంది లెడ్జర్ లో.
అవునండి,
ఎన్పేడ్ లెడ్జర్ లో.
అవును.
బట్ హోల్డింగ్ అంటే చూపిదు, అంటే
హోల్డింగ్ అంటే చూపించదు. అండ్ ఇంకొకటి ఏంటంటే పార్క్ డాక్యుమెంట్ ని మనం ఎడిట్ అయినా చేయొచ్చు, పోస్ట్ అయినా చేయొచ్చు, డెలీట్ అయినా చేయొచ్చు. బట్ హోల్డింగ్ డాక్యుమెంట్ ని ఎడిట్ చేయడానికి కుదరదండి. ఓన్లీ వీ కెన్ డూ ద ఎయిదర్ పోస్ట్ ఆర్ డెలీట్. అంటే ఏంటంటే టెంపరీగా ఒక డాక్యుమెంట్ పోస్ట్ అవ్వాలి, కానీ చూపించకూడదు. ఏదైనా నాకు కన్ఫర్మేషన్ వస్తే తర్వాత పోస్ట్ చేస్తాను, లేకపోతే రిమూవ్ చేసేస్తాను. అప్పుడు దాకా నాకు మేనేజర్ అకౌంట్స్లో కూడా చూపించకూడదు అని అనుకున్నప్పుడు దానికి ఏంటంటే, మరి సిస్టమ్ అయితే నెంబర్ ఇవ్వదుగా సపరేట్గాను. సిస్టమ్ అయితే సపరేట్గా నెంబర్ ఇవ్వదు. దానికోసమనే ఏంటంటే మనకి మనమే ఓన్గా సపరేట్గా ఒక నెంబర్ని క్రియేట్ చేస్తాం. ఆ నెంబర్ ఏంటి అనేది ఇక్కడ. సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇక్కడ నేను ABCXYZ అని అన్నాను చూడండి, హోల్డ్ హెల్డ్ అని వచ్చింది. అంటే సింపుల్గా రేపు మనం ఒక ఎంప్లాయీకి శాలరీ ఇవ్వాలండి, మొత్తం 25,000 శాలరీ ఇవ్వాలి. బట్ ఏమైందంటే ఆ ఎంప్లాయీ ఏమన్నాడంటే, నాకు ఈరోజు వచ్చి నాకు అర్జెంటుగా ఒక 5,000 కావాలండి అన్నాడు. జనరల్గా మనం ఏం చేస్తాము, మొత్తం అతనికి 5,000 ఇచ్చి మళ్ళీ దాన్ని ఒక అడ్వాన్స్ అని రాసుకొని రేపొద్దున మళ్ళీ అలా చేసుకోకుండా మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే గుర్తుంచుకోవడం కోసం మనం హోల్డింగ్ చేసుకున్నాం. జస్ట్ ఫర్ ద రిమెంబర్నెస్ ఒక హోల్డింగ్ డాక్యుమెంట్ ఎంటర్ చేసి దానికి అతని పేరు పెట్టుకున్నాం. అతని పేరు పెట్టాం, రేపొద్దున శాలరీ ఇచ్చేటప్పుడు అతనికి ఏంటంటే అతని పేరు కొట్టగానే ఆటోమేటిక్గా అది ఓపెన్ అయిపోవాలి. అతనికి ఏ రోజు ఎంత అడ్వాన్స్ ఇచ్చాము ఏంటంటే. అలాగా మనం ఏంటంటే సపరేట్గా ఇంకొక లెడ్జర్ని క్రియేట్ చేసుకోకుండా సపోర్టింగ్గా దానికి ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఒక హోల్డింగ్ డాక్యుమెంట్ అనేది ఒక ఎంటర్ చేసుకొని దాన్ని చేస్తుంది. దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ వీ కెన్ కాల్ as a holding document. That's what we can call as a holding document. Now see here, ఇప్పుడు హోల్డింగ్ డాక్యుమెంట్ ఎంటర్ చేశారండి, ఆల్రెడీ అయిపోయింది. ఇప్పుడు ఏమంటున్నారంటే ఆ హోల్డింగ్ డాక్యుమెంట్ని ఓపెన్ చేసి క్లియర్ చేయమంటారు. హోల్డింగ్ డాక్యుమెంట్ని ఓపెన్ చేసి క్లియర్ చేయమంటారు. సో ఇన్ దిస్ సిచ్యువేషన్ అక్కడ ఎంటర్ అయిన హోల్డింగ్ డాక్యుమెంట్ని ఓపెన్ చేస్తున్నాం. ఇదే స్క్రీన్లోకి వచ్చి డాక్యుమెంట్ గెట్ ద హెల్డ్ డాక్యుమెంట్. ఏ డాక్యుమెంట్ తీసుకోవాలి? ఏబిసి XYZ. ఏబిసి XYZ అనే డాక్యుమెంట్ని తీసుకురండి అని చెప్పి ఎంటర్ ప్రెస్ చేయగానే ఇక్కడ వచ్చేస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు మనం దాన్ని కావాలంటే మళ్ళీ పార్క్లోకి మార్చుకోవచ్చు, లేదంటే దాన్ని డిలీట్ చేసేయచ్చు, లేదంటే దాన్ని క్లియర్ చేయొచ్చు. వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ కెన్ బి. బట్ ఏంటంటే వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ వాస్ డన్ అండ్ హౌ ఇట్ వాస్ డన్. దీనిలోకి వచ్చి డాక్యుమెంట్ పోస్ట్. ఇంతకు ముందు మనం చూసినప్పుడు హోల్డింగ్ డాక్యుమెంట్ ఎక్కడ కూడా నెంబర్ రాలా, జస్ట్ మనకి ఏబిసి XYZ అనేది మనకు టెంపరీగా పేరు వచ్చింది, దాని నుంచి జరిగింది. బట్ ఎప్పుడైతే మనకి ఈ విధంగా జరగాలి అనుకున్నామో, దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ వీఆర్ కాలింగ్ యాజ్ ఎ టెంపరీ డాక్యుమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ది హోల్డింగ్. ఫస్ట్ జనరల్ లెడ్జర్ ఎంట్రీ ఎలా పోస్ట్ చేయాలి, అండ్ ఆ జనరల్ లెడ్జర్ ఎంట్రీలో ఏదైనా మిస్టేక్ జరిగితే దాన్ని రివర్స్ ఎలా చేయాలి, అండ్ యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ ఆ రివర్స్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఇండివిజువల్ రివర్స్లా, మాస్ రివర్స్లా, అంటే ఒక ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ అయినా మల్టిపుల్ ఆఫ్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్, లేదా మనకి సంబంధించిన ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ ఏదైనా మిస్టేక్ ఉంటే కనుక అటువంటి ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ని ఎలా పోస్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి. పార్కింగ్, ఆ పార్క్ చేసిన డాక్యుమెంట్ని ఎడిట్ చేయాలా, డిలీట్ చేయాలా, ఏం చేయాలి. అండ్ దెన్ అది కూడా అయిపోయిన తర్వాత మనకు ఒక ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ కన్ఫర్మేషన్ లేకుండా రేపొద్దున అది కన్ఫర్మ్ అవుతుంది అట్లాగా, లేకపోతే ఏదైనా చేయాలనుకుంటే అంటే పెండింగ్ కింద కాకుండా అసలు కనపడకూడదు అనుకుంటే కనుక హోల్డింగ్ మీన్స్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ షుడ్ నాట్ బి దేర్ అండ్ we will miss it. That is called as a holding document. సో ఇలాగ మనకి డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ ది ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్.